And now, our feature presentation.
Today we have entertainment, much of it. Movies and sport and play to distract our minds. Here is our beloved minister. Help me to receive the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. All praise is due to Allah for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we give Him praise and thanks for His goodness and His mercy to the human family, and for His sending of prophets and messengers to bring us the guidance and to teach us more and more knowledge of ourselves and Himself. I thank Him for His raising up among us the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad as our divine leader, teacher, and guide. Needless to say, I don't like to see empty seats because there's nothing more important than our people receiving that which Allah has revealed for our salvation, which means that on each of us we have a duty, we have a responsibility. If we love the truth and love Allah and love our people, we always want to share with them what has been shared with us, that we might better ourselves and our people. No matter what you do in the cause of truth, the best thing you can do is to bring another human being to that which will absolutely save and better their lives. So I never want to see that you came to get a drink of water and pass by thirsty people and did not bring them to get a drink with you. That's rather selfish, isn't it? So each of you that came, I thank you. But I would have been so much happier if you thought enough to bring someone with you. But be that as it may, I have prepared something for you. And I must say this to you, you know. I don't know why this morning somehow something didn't feel right. And I had not been able to shake that feeling. And maybe this is why. The thing that I wanted to talk about today is a subject that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, if black people really understood the truth about Jesus, we would be free overnight. And I want you to just think about those words. If we only understood the truth about Jesus, we would be free overnight. Why? In Jewish Christian and Islamic literature, Jesus is a most important person. The Jews do not believe that the man who came here 2,000 years ago was in fact the Messiah. So the Jews, to this very day, disbelieve in Jesus not only as a Messiah, but they refuse to believe in him even as a prophet of God. The Muslims, on the other hand, believe that Jesus was a prophet, and the Muslims also believe, according to the teachings of the Holy Qur'an, that Jesus was Messiah. And the Muslims teach that Jesus would come again, and that they would see him in the judgment, and he would be with the man that the Muslims are looking for, called the Mahdi, the one who comes to guide humanity back to the path of God after Satan's power to rule has been crushed. Jesus is so important. I mean, the real truth of him is so important because of the power and the truth that Allah would give him to end Satan's rule. It is natural then that Satan would work very hard to deceive the masses of the people with respect to Jesus. Because to tell the truth of Jesus would end Satan's power to rule. Now, you have to understand, Satan is trying to preserve his power. And his power is in his ability to deceive. And the greatest deceit is to deceive you about the man you expect to be your Savior. Now, I mentioned last week 4 Jesuses. That today I would, with the help of Allah, bring you the knowledge of 4 entities that are under that name Jesus. And why the name Jesus is so important. Okay? Now, if you take this Bible, and I know most of you young people and brothers and sisters, this book has symbolic meaning. We respect it because our parents respect it or our grandparents respect it, but we never respected it enough to read it. And so we really don't know a lot about what's in the book, but we say, oh yeah, the Bible, that's a good book. Well, you know, if somebody told you that a book was good and you started talking about the book being good, then somebody asked you, well, what's in the book? And then you can't say nothing because you never read the book. Well, yeah, but I heard my mama talk about it. I heard my pastor talk about it. I heard on the television other people talking about it. Yeah, I know. But brother, people talking about it And you experiencing it by reading it yourself is an entire different thing. But since we don't like to read, then of course we're at a disadvantage because we're always depending upon somebody else to tell us something. And if they choose to tell us the truth, that's good. And if they don't choose to tell us the truth, we will never be able to defeat the lie because we never studied to find the truth.